Strange things happen in the jungles of East Africa. They dance strange heathen dances. They wear odd headdresses, and they make definitely queer music. Their only medical help, before the missionaries came, was Muganga the witch doctor, an ominous person, who had useless and revolting medicines for their bodies, and goatskin charms to keep away hostile spirits when fear came to their souls. Misery, heartbreak, and often death were all that his medicines produced. But at the jungle hospital, Africans learnt two things: to help people's bodies and to help people's souls. That is how this small life was saved. Jungle nurses training young Africans to understand how the body works, how disease attacks it, and the answers of modern medicine. Nursed by trained Africans in the wards, the son of Mshale the hunter recovered from pneumonia when witch doctors' medicines had failed utterly. The lion hunter himself was deeply impressed by the treatment which cured his tropical fever. He was full of interest and asked the African dispenser, "What is the good news that brings joy, Dowdy?" "It's the Bible, God's book." "God, there's one in our house, but I've never read it." "Hongo, is that so? Well, come with me and hear the story of Vumbi, a tan-coloured monkey who was uncomfortably interested in everything. He spent much of his time in mischief and in playing practical jokes. One morning, he chattered with joy when he found near Jungle Doctor's hospital a nearly empty pot of red paint. Twiga the giraffe saw what had happened and thought thoughts of alarm. He felt tingles run all the way up his neck as monkey wisdom and strong curiosity urged Vumbi to wrench off the lid and investigate. Giraffe's neck tingled again as small monkey's nose disappeared into the pot. For a moment it stuck. Vumbi shook his head vigorously. Off came the pot, and paint splashed all over the ground. Little monkey could smell oil, but no matter how he rolled his eyes, he could not see how strange his face looked. Twiga coughed a gentle cough, and with difficulty kept laughter from entering his neck.
"Vumbi, your face will cause your family no amusement. You yourself will have no joy in the hard work of your uncle's paw in the place where hairs are least."
The corners of Vumbi's mouth moved up and down, and a tear ran uncomfortably down his nose. "What shall I do, Twiga?" Giraffe went across to a completely unclimbable cactus bush and returned with a mirror in his mouth.
"Take this, little monkey. Look into it, and you'll look back at yourself. This useful object is called mirror. It is a thing of true wisdom. With it, you'll be able to see your trouble and remove it. This is the special and most valuable use of this shining thing."
Chattering words which Twiga hoped meant thank you, Small Monkey scampered off towards the well, holding the mirror carefully in front of him. He was amazed to see a dancing patch of light flashing before him. "It's the mirror," he said, somersaulting with monkey glee. He shone it into the beady eyes of Lualua the tortoise, who rested in the deep green coolness of the jungle. Lualua blinked, and gleefully Vumbi did it again. Tortoise turned his head slowly and said in a shrill voice,
Stop it at once, or I'll tell the senior member of your family tree.
But Vumbi chuckled and applauded his own sense of humor. And he directed his handful of light into Goat's eyes.
Here, turn it off, will you? Here, turn it off.
Goat bleated irritably. But Mischievous Monkey kept dazzling him and laughing till his ribs ached when he found that the glare caused Goat to sneeze in a way that made his beard wobble most fetchingly. At the foot of his family tree sat his Uncle Gnani, comfortably and happily eating his breakfast banana. The mirror moved in Mischievous Monkey's hand. Gnani blinked as the blinding light flickered into his face. He shaded his eyes and peered round to see what was producing the trouble. Vaguely he saw Vumbi with something dazzling in his hand. Monkey words of strong disapproval came from between his teeth. His hairy arm shot out and Vumbi staggered back, tripped and fell as his face became decorated with banana as well as paint. He scrambled to his feet, wiping the mess out of his eyes, and saw with dismay that the mirror was smashed. It was a monkey of small joy who told his tale of woe to an understanding giraffe.
It's no good crying over dropped mirrors. Your face is dirty enough already. Mirrors are made to look in, not to play with. What is its value unless you use it properly?
Dowdy turned to those that listened. The great mirror is the Bible. It shows you what your soul looks like when God looks at it, how unclean it is. Also, it shows us the ways of cleansing. Its own words are, "For if any be a hearer of the word, and not a doer, he is like unto a man beholding his natural face in a glass. For he beholdeth himself, and goeth his way, and straightway forgetteth what manner of man he was. But whoso looketh into the perfect law of liberty, and continueth therein, he being not a forgetful hearer, but a doer of the word, this man shall be blessed in his deed." And Charlie the Hunter said, "Hongo, then I've shown only monkey wisdom. I have a soul mirror, and I've left it on the shelf." Dowdy told him how his sin could be taken away and said, "Read God's book with system. The Scripture Union helped greatly. The Bible is a book of strength to save, to comfort, to help. It does you no good in your pocket or on your shelf. Open it. Read it often. Truly, the Bible is a lamp for your feet and a light to your path.